So you can't really do it alone anymore. The days of nonprofits doing small projects are gone because there's an opportunity to be scalable and to have impact on a much larger basis, but only if they partner.
Not only is development difficult, not only are these challenges complex, but partnerships are really difficult. And I think that we all talk about partnerships a lot, and we all know this is where we want to go. But the reality is that NGOs, government, and private sector don't always work all that well together. And we still have a long learning curve in terms of understanding how we can better align our goals and really work in lockstep towards something that delivers value to society and delivers value to business.
We know what we're good at. We're good at developing and bringing new medicines to treat patients. There are a lot of other people out there and a lot of other potential partners that will help us to put the right metrics in place. I don't know exactly what they are. I know what the end product looks like, and I know we need to get those companies up along the way, but there are really skilled experts in what's the best way to put a training program, what's the best way to educate and monitor and mentor these companies.
We have the good fortune of working with several of the very large corporations, and their whole notion of social responsibility has been elevated, and they've become a lot more aware of how vested and valuable it is for them to do everything they can to make communities more resilient. Their employees are going to get back to work a lot quicker. The whole fabric of the economy is going to be in better shape as a result of their being involved and supportive of the many non-government organizations that are doing this important work.
I think some of the main hurdles that we have faced as GSK working with NGO partners would include the perception that we are just a donor, we give the funds and then we step back. And we are trying to work with our partners to make that revolution, that we don't just give you the money and walk away. We want to think through the solutions with you. We want to do the journey with you and celebrate the success together with you. And we're getting better at that, And I think that's one area which I hope more new partnerships begin to harness, to become true thought partners in finding solutions and not a donor and an implementer type relationship.
I mean, what we're seeing early days, it's really transitioning again from that sort of charitable aid-based model to really looking at how do we make long-term investments that see other nations not only as sources of material and labor, but also of customers. And in changing that, it changes the whole dynamic in which they're interacting, and realizing that the same people they're employing are also going to be their customers, and that they need to change the relationship to make sure that they have brand loyalty and a relationship with them and are not just exploiting them.
I think probably the best advice that I would give is get in and spend time with your partners. I think when you sit in a meeting room or you talk with a phone or you have a video conference, you're talking about things that are sort of somewhat intangible and they're somewhat theoretical or intellectual. When you actually go in and sit with your partners and you spend a whole day understanding what it is that they do on a day-to-day basis, you get a very different feel and experience for what it is that their problems are. Because sometimes it's difficult for a partner to articulate, well, here's my problem, or here's my issue. But when you go in and you actually just sit and watch and see objectively the problems or the issues or the ways in which you might be able to do something differently that they didn't even know about, I think that to me is the really exciting thing, which is spending the time to really understand the issues and the concerns and the possible solutions come out of that understanding.